Welcome, dear listeners, to History with Herodotus, where we embark on a journey through the annals of time, unraveling the mysteries of our collective past. Today, we find ourselves in the midst of a pivotal moment in ancient history, as we delve into the fascinating tale of the Battle of Bibracte. This epic clash, which took place in the year 58 BCE, was a defining moment in the Gallic Wars, as the Roman Republic, under the leadership of Julius Caesar, sought to expand its dominion over the Gaulish territories. As we explore the earliest history of the Battle of Bibracte, we find ourselves transported to the rolling hills and verdant valleys of eastern Gaul, where the Aedui tribe had long been a dominant force. The city of Bibracte, situated on a hill overlooking the surrounding countryside, was the capital of the Aedui, and its strategic location made it an important center of trade and commerce. The Aedui had built a number of fortified settlements in the region, including Bibracte, which was protected by strong walls and a series of defensive ditches. The historical context of the Battle of Bibracte is rooted in the complex web of alliances and rivalries that existed between the various Gaulish tribes. The Aedui, who had long been allies of the Romans, found themselves at odds with the Helvetii, a powerful tribe from what is now modern-day Switzerland. The Helvetii, led by the charismatic leader Herodotus, had been seeking to expand their territory and assert their dominance over the surrounding regions. In 60 BCE, the Helvetii began to make preparations for a major campaign against the Aedui, and it was against this backdrop of tension and rivalry that the Battle of Bibracte would eventually take place. The Romans, under the leadership of Julius Caesar, were also seeking to expand their influence in Gaul, and they saw the Aedui as a key ally in this endeavor. As we explore the events leading up to the battle, we find that the Aedui had been using Bibracte as a base for their military campaigns against the Helvetii. The city was a thriving metropolis, with a population of several thousand people, and its markets were filled with goods from all over Gaul. The Aedui had stored their supplies and equipment in the city, and it was here that they had planned their military strategy. The Romans, meanwhile, had established a series of fortified camps in the region, including one at Vesontio, which is now modern-day Besançon. Caesar had been using these camps as a base for his own military campaigns, and he saw the Aedui as a key ally in his efforts to conquer Gaul. As the situation continued to unfold, the Aedui found themselves caught between their loyalty to the Romans and their own desire for independence. The Helvetii, meanwhile, were determined to assert their dominance over the region, and they began to make preparations for war. It was against this backdrop of tension and rivalry that the Battle of Bibracte would eventually take place. And so, dear listeners, we find ourselves poised on the threshold of a great and pivotal moment in history. The stage is set for the Battle of Bibracte, as the Romans and their Gaulish allies prepare to clash with the combined forces of the Helvetii and their sympathizers. Join me as we march towards the sound of clashing steel and uncover the secrets of one of ancient history's most pivotal moments. Welcome back to History with Herodotus, as we continue our journey through the annals of time, unraveling the mysteries of the Battle of Bibracte. As the two armies faced off against each other, the stage was set for a spectacular display of military prowess. The Roman legions, under the leadership of Julius Caesar, were renowned for their discipline and tactical genius, while the Gaulish warriors were feared for their ferocity and bravery in battle. The Helvetii, led by Herodotus, had been seeking to expand their territory and assert their dominance over the surrounding regions, and they saw the Battle of Bibracte as a crucial step towards achieving this goal. The battle itself was a masterpiece of tactical maneuvering, as Caesar cleverly exploited the terrain to his advantage. The Romans formed a triple line of defense, with the most experienced soldiers at the front and the least experienced at the back. The Gaulish warriors, meanwhile, charged forward in a frenzied mass, seeking to break through the Roman lines by sheer force of numbers. However, Caesar had anticipated this move, and he ordered his troops to hold their ground, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. As the battle raged on, the Romans began to gain the upper hand, using their superior discipline and training to outmaneuver the Gaulish warriors. The Helvetii, meanwhile, were beginning to tire, their initial ferocity giving way to exhaustion and confusion. Caesar seized this opportunity, launching a devastating counterattack that sent the Helvetii reeling. The Gaulish warriors were quickly routed, and the Romans emerged victorious, having secured a crucial victory in their campaign to conquer Gaul. The aftermath of the battle was marked by a mixture of triumph and tragedy. The Romans had emerged victorious, but at great cost, with many soldiers killed or wounded in the fighting. The Helvetii, meanwhile, had suffered a crushing defeat, with thousands of warriors killed or captured. Herodotus, the charismatic leader of the Helvetii, took his own life rather than face capture and humiliation. As we reflect on the Battle of Bibracte, we are struck by the sheer scale and complexity of this ancient conflict. The battle was a turning point in the Gallic Wars, marking a decisive victory for the Romans and paving the way for their eventual conquest of Gaul. It also marked a significant milestone in the career of Julius Caesar, cementing his reputation as a brilliant military strategist and setting him on the path to greatness. And so, dear listeners, we find ourselves at the end of this pivotal moment in history, with the Battle of Bibracte forever etched in our collective memory. Join me as we march towards the twilight of ancient Gaul and uncover the secrets of a bygone era. Welcome back to History with Herodotus, as we conclude our journey through the annals of time, unraveling the mysteries of the Battle of Bibracte and its far-reaching consequences. As the Roman Empire continued to expand its territories, the Gallic Wars came to an end, marking a significant turning point in European history. The aftermath of the battle saw the Romans consolidate their power over Gaul, with Julius Caesar establishing a network of roads, cities, and administrative centers that would facilitate Roman rule for centuries to come. The Gauls, meanwhile, were gradually assimilated into the Roman Empire, adopting many of its customs, language, and cultural practices. As we examine the decline and legacy of the Gallic Wars, it becomes clear that this epic conflict had a profound impact on the course of Western civilization. The Roman conquest of Gaul paved the way for the spread of Christianity, the development of feudalism, and the emergence of modern nation-states. The battle also marked a significant milestone in the career of Julius Caesar, cementing his reputation as a brilliant military strategist and setting him on the path to greatness. One of the most enduring legacies of the Gallic Wars is the cultural exchange that took place between the Romans and the Gauls. The Gauls adopted many Roman customs, such as the use of Latin, the construction of public buildings, and the development of a system of laws. In turn, the Romans were influenced by Gallic culture, adopting many of their artistic, literary, and architectural traditions. As we reflect on the Battle of Bibracte, we are struck by the sheer scale and complexity of this ancient conflict. The battle was a turning point in European history, marking the beginning of a new era of Roman dominance and cultural exchange. It also serves as a reminder of the enduring power of human ingenuity, creativity, and resilience, as people from different cultures and backgrounds came together to shape the course of Western civilization. In the words of Julius Caesar himself, "Veni, vidi, vici," I came, I saw, I conquered. These famous words encapsulate the spirit of Roman conquest and the enduring legacy of the Gallic Wars. As we conclude our journey through the annals of time, we are left with a deeper understanding of the complexities and nuances of ancient history, and a profound appreciation for the lasting impact of the Battle of Bibracte on the course of human events. And so, dear listeners, we bid farewell to ancient Gaul, leaving behind the battle-scarred landscapes and the echoes of a bygone era. We hope that our journey through the Gallic Wars has been informative, engaging, and thought-provoking, and that it has inspired you to explore further the fascinating world of ancient history. Join us next time on History with Herodotus, as we embark on a new adventure through the ages, uncovering the secrets of a rich and varied past. That's all for today's History with Herodotus. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next